Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house. And today I've got the CRKT Montosa here with me for a review. And as usual, we're going to analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let's just see how big this guy is. This is 7.75 inches long with a 4.4 inch long handle and 3.3 inch long blade. Let's see how this does compare to, for example, this is the Maven right over here. And what else do we have? Here we have the CRKT Quattro. Also, same ballpark right over there. What else do we have? The usual suspects. We have the Ontario Rat number 2 in the house, as well as, of course, Ontario Rat number 1 in the house. Again, in the middle of these two guys. And let's just do, where is it? We used to have a Spyderco Para 3 right there. Pretty comparable handle size, but not the blade size. And of course, the bigger brother, Spyderco Para Military 2, a little bit longer than that. And the same thing we're gonna do for Shirogorov Neon Zero right over there. And one of my favorite blades, guys, come on, this is the Shirogorov F95 R Slim, superb piece of gear, as well as this guy. Come on, this is the 520 Philippe Georget design, custom knife factory, front flipper, super slick. If you want to see something bigger, there you have it. This is the Reiki Knives Thule Integral G10 knife, also another beast. You want to see something fancy compared to this guy? Yeah, this is another level. This is Holt Bladeworks Spectre Prestige V2. And another pretty interesting one, guys, is this Sebenza by Chris Reeve Knives. This is a large Sebenza 21 Night Sky, unique graphic with the mother of pearl cabochon going on. What else do we have here? Something small from the wife's collection. We've got the James Brand, the County, and also we've got the Inara from also CRKT, and also from Richard Rogers, same designer going on. And also something that I really am appreciating lately. Guys, this is the Civivi McKenna Damascus, black Damascus blade and copper inlays in the house. Really cool little one. Stay tuned for the review of this guy right over here. So, guys, this is the Montosa. It's Richard Rogers design, produced by CRKT. It is a very interesting knife. Like, I mean, made in China, of course, $60 price point, something around that ballpark. And for the price, I mean, I'm positively impressed. Yes, I'm impressed because I mean it's G10, it's a liner lock, it's HCR 13 MOV steel, so nothing too crazy, but the design is very good. It's really nice. I mean, there's some things going on, and I was surprised. I like, first of all, like this line continuing right over here like that. It's very good in my opinion. This is a G10 liner lock, and the scales are 3D milled. So there's these 3 grooves going on, which are nice. They add some grip to it. There's some chamfering, some rounded off edges going on up here. Nothing going on the inside, so there's no inner chamfering. There's no inner skeletonization, especially because this scale here is pure G10, and the liner on the lock side, let's say, it's full, so it gets to this to the end. So there's basically no need for that, and also just because the weight of this guy is going to be 3.1 ounces. So yeah, 3.1 ounces. So really cool. Then you've got this pivot collar, which is purple anodized, matching the back spacer, which is aluminum, and purple anodized as well, with a lanyard hole integrated into it. So no standoffs going on. Something interesting is that you get some jimping going on for the liner lock for release right over there to facilitate you during that operation. But what I also appreciate is that point over here, that little touch of design like here. I like when this side just matches up with the blade when closed. It's something that I just really like. For example, like one of my only gripes with Shirogorov is this. Like I would have loved like this chunk to be contiguous and continuous with this part, but I mean it's just a nitpick that I have, and nothing too crazy. But here, as I said, the design is very good. I mean, I think it's well proportioned, and it's good looking. It's a liner lock, of course, so stainless steel up against stainless steel, so there's no need for lock face insert, and the scale over here is going to act as a natural lock bar stabilizer in order for you to avoid to overextend the lock bar and create some issues to the lock itself. The disassembly of this guy, you can check my video as well. It's going to be pretty straightforward. You've got a T8 Torx bit screw for the pivot, and just a couple of T6 bits for the handle, and you're pretty much good to go. Very, very straightforward disassembly of this guy. You can you notice that you have a deep carry pocket clip, which is stainless steel. It's bit blasted as well. It's billboarded with this CRKT logo. Very, very nice spring tension over here. You've got these non-protruding screws over here. This pivot is a little bit with these arcs is sticking out just a little bit, nothing too crazy, but it's overall, again, nicely designed. I like this design. I really love this blade profile. This is a modified ship's foot blade, 8CR13 MOV steel. Very thin stock, I have to say. Really cool design. Look at this swedge going on over here. Couple of blacked out studs over here to deploy it like that, or to deploy it like this. So you have a couple options over here. Of course, you can deploy it with two hands, but I was saying that the swedge is really, really cool. It gets up to this point, and this ship's foot is beautiful. You have 35% belly, and then straight plain edge up to the sharpening choil, where you can notice actually that it thickens a little bit, because you can see that the edge widens up at the end. You see? So from here you can understand that it's getting thicker. So the plunge grind should have been recessed a little bit more, but nothing too crazy. This is a flat grind, bit blasted finish, nicely blacked out thumb studs. A nice sharpening choil. There's no finger choil, of course. There's no jimping going on. It's pretty smooth, but I mean, this is not going to be a hard-use knife in any ways, because of various reasons. The main reason basically is that this. You can see that it's flexing because the structure is just made out. Look at this. It's just made out of G10, so the backspacer is just to recess right here at the end to confirm a lot of rigidity to the structure. So that's just it. Also, if you check the sound of this guy, it's very interesting. I like the opening sound. It's nice and deep. It's a nice clack. It's a little bit percussive, and I appreciate that. It's a nice thwack when it hits this stop pin right over there, which, by the way, is exposed over here and over here. So that is an interesting sound. When you close it, it's going to be just a very almost inaudible and very listenable and soft click. Nice thud. It's very nice. The sound, it's deep, it's low, and it's pleasant. When you open this guy, I like it. It has a very reassuring sound for sure. The weight of this guy is going to be 3.1 ounces, so super light in the pocket, really, really good indeed. You've got basically, I would say if you squeeze it like pretty strongly, you're gonna get a little bit of hot spot coming. I mean, at least I have, I feel some hot spot right over in this position over here. But overall, pretty much almost nothing from the clip ramp. Not that much. If you do the reverse grip, it's all right. It's not the most comfortable, but you're gonna have a little bit of handle here to sticking out, so your thumb is gonna be kind of like comfortable. But overall, I mean, it's all right. The grip is pretty solid, even if you have this flex associated to the construction, to how this guy has been designed, basically. So the solidity is not 100%, but also the point is that this knife is really slim, so it's not overbuilt in any way. So that's why. But in favor, there's really no blade play up and down. The blade feels pretty solid. It's absolutely centered, and you've got a nice clip ramp. It's nicely designed, functional, and nice deep carry. This much is gonna stick out from your pocket. I really appreciate actually the fact that these screws are completely flush with the clip on the inside, so they're not going to be snagging onto any fabric of your pockets. Really, really cool. What I'm really not a fan of is this CRKT logo. It's free advertisement, and I'm not really a fan of this guy here, but hey, you can just rub it off, and you can use some Scotch-Brite pad or whatever to take this out. Also, what I really appreciate actually is the deployment with the thumb stud. Very, very nice. I'm struggling a little bit to do the spidey flick sometime, but actually, you see, it's actually working also with the spidey flick, or of course it's working with two hands opening, no problem with that. There's gonna be maybe a little bit of finger sore because this thumb stud is a little bit on the sharp side over here, but nothing too crazy. Overall, the action feels quite smooth. In fact, this guy is running on Teflon washers, and if you use some 5 weight or 10 weight nano oil, it's gonna feel pretty smooth, I have to say. So nice. The detent is a little bit on the light side, but that's the nature of the thumb stud opening mechanism. And of course, you cannot snag the tip of the blade with your fingers because it's nicely recessed. Nothing is shaking if nothing is rattling if the blade is shaken, and you've got some jimping going on here on the liner lock to release the lock bar. So you're gonna be pretty much good to go because it's sticking out just a little bit, just enough for you to jam your thumb in and be able to disengage and close the blade. So nothing too uncomfortable right there. There's no detent ball ramp, but the detent ball, as you maybe can see right over here, is very, very low. It's not tall whatsoever, so there's barely any hard step when closing this blade. If you disengage the lock bar, there's no free fall because of course Teflon washers, and it's there's a pretty snug construction, so that's gonna prevent the blade from free falling. And if you want to just close it, you have to wiggle it like so in order for that to close, so there's not going to be any guillotine effect whatsoever. But I mean, overall, this guy is nicely designed. I very much like the look of it. The sound is okay, especially when opening this guy. It's very, very interesting. The grip also is very good. I am absolutely in love with this blade shape. Is beautifully designed, and overall, I mean, it's going to be a $60 knife, so you can't really go wrong with this guy. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.